just a really good start by Patrick Ricklander, true freshman. Good second week in a row in conference play. He's gone out and given us an opportunity to kind of get our feet underneath us and see what we had to do to score some runs against the opposition, and just pitch great. A good fastball, really good breaking ball, mixed in some change-ups, and kept them off balance a little bit. And then obviously the offense kicked it into gear in the third inning. First couple innings we didn't really touch stalling, so he had it going pretty good. And you're thinking, man, it's gonna be tough to score some runs off this guy right now. And then McFarland hits the first pitch, I think, of the third inning into the seats or into the crowd. And is that what happened? Am I right there? I mean, that was incredible. Just happy for Jordan. Filling in for Goodhart, who's a little sore today. We gave him the day off, and he delivered, got us going there. And then you look at Christian Franklin, who was hitting in the 9-hole behind Jordan. I think he had a double, or I don't know. He got 4 hits, scored 3 runs. I know that, and it was just big for the end of the order to start rallies, keep them going, and actually drive in some runs as well. And then Ezel with another great night, beautiful bunt, turned into a hit. And Martin hits a 3-run homer a couple pitches later. So big night for our offense, good night for our team, and we have one more to go this weekend.
These aren't bad pitchers that your offense has been doing this against the last couple of weeks. Just what have you thought about the role that they've been on?
Well, the offense is, clicking right now. Baseball's just kind of the way it works. Sometimes you struggle and you fight it, and when it's going good, you gotta get as many wins as you can, score runs when you can. And our offense has just been seeing the ball good, a lot of timely hits, and have just done a great job. I mean, I don't know. It had all started a couple weeks ago, and we've hit the ball pretty well. Even our loss this past Wednesday, we still hit the ball hard and scored 7 runs, but we'll probably hit another 6 or 7 balls on the nose right at people. That's kind of the way the game works.
Do you think that helped kind of Patrick get some confidence today with the offense going?
Yeah, I'm sure. When he walked out there for that 4th inning, and all of a sudden he had a 4-run lead, I'm sure he, probably relaxed just a little bit and felt like, hey, I don't have to be perfect with every pitch. And you always worry, when your team puts together an inning like that, you got a young pitcher on the mound, he's got to get you through that inning, and he did, and kept the momentum in our dugout, and then we came back out and scored 4 more in the bottom of the inning, and we had a little bit of control of the game there. Four runs tonight wasn't a big lead, but the way the wind was blowing, the ball was really jumping. So, but after we scored that 4 in the bottom of the 4th, we felt like now it's time to throw strikes, make them earn everything they get.
I don't think Wicklander had thrown in 8 days, longest stretch all year. Do you feel like that helped him?
Yeah, I did. I mean, we talked about that this week, that basically exactly what you said. This is going to be the longest break he's had since the season started, and let's see how this goes. I thought he had really good velocity and he had good stuff.
Kostychek only threw 2 pitches. You got the pickoff and then you replaced him. Why'd you do that?
Because we went in there and scored some runs and just felt like we'll save him or just continue to rest him. Just trying to keep an eye on him. We just really wanted him to get one out and move on. And he was out there when we got the out, so it worked out.
And Kerstad just rest after the 2 home runs.
Yeah, just the same with Opens. Take him out, let him get ready for the next day.
With Goodhart and McFarland, kind of what do you do tomorrow?
Well, see how Goodhart feels, and then we'll go from there.
Is it a strain or what's he got?
It's just really sore. He kind of popped it in and out. That's all I can tell you. You probably have to talk to our trainer and get a little more detail, but he woke up this morning. It was really sore, and I was told that was what was going to happen, and it did.
You start Nolan tomorrow, probably? Or?
Yeah, we'll start Connor.
With Franklin, some of the struggles, I mean, how good was it to see him really?
It was real good. I mean, he struggled a little bit and made an adjustment with his hand placement on the bat a couple days ago, and I think it's flattened his swing out a little bit. And if it didn't, it sure gave him some confidence. So, I mean, he let the ball get deep 4 times, and 4 balls hard the other way. It was really good to see.
It's Martin and Kerstad combined for 10 RBIs.
Wow.
So what'd you think of them?
Well, that's great. I just seeing that right now. I mean, you're 2 and 3 all hitter driving in that many runs. That means people in front of them are getting on base. And McFarland and Franklin and Ezo were all over the bases today, and then those guys came through with some big hits and obviously drove in some runs and helped us, win the ball game.
This is like to celebrate the 79 and 09 teams tonight.
It was fun today, getting to see all those guys and shake their hand, give them a hug, see their kids, 10 years later. A lot of those guys are anywhere from 28 to 31 years old now, and they're out in the real world, and they're all doing pretty well, it looks like to me. It just brings back some good memories. We had a little luncheon, and I got to speak a little bit. It was kind of fun.
Norm said the 79 team was kind of hard to coach. What was the 2019 like that you remember?
Just go back and look at the games. It was a roller coaster. I mean, that team, we won our first 8 conference games. We lost our last 8 conference games. We were ranked as high as number 1. At the end of regular season, we weren't even ranked. I mean, it was an up and down year, and then we finally got it clicking about the time the regional got there, and we got hot. And a very talented team. You think about it, Andy Wilkins at first, James McCann was a freshman catching. You had Zach Cox, made it all the way to AAA. Obviously Eibner in center, and he was young, and we had Ben Shepikoff and Scott Lyons, Tim Carr. We had a lot of good players.
Keiko was on that team.
Yeah, he wasn't bad. Keiko and Smiley was just kind of getting it going. He was kind of the rookie lefty that kind of had a coming out party against OU and the regional over there, and had a no-hitter going into the 9th, and gave up an infield hit, and we pulled him. That was to win the regional. We won 11-0 or 11-1. It was so obviously I mentioned some guys' names that are playing. They couldn't be here because they're in professional baseball, but there was a really good showing. There was like 22 guys showed up off of that team. It's a good number.
What were you doing when Andrew Dar hit that game of the clincher to go to the College World Series?
Did you hear me tell that story today? Yeah, I was, we had given up the lead in the top of the 9th. We were the home team against Florida State, and I wasn't coaching third anymore. It was like my first year off at third, and, I think we're quick out, so we're down a run now in the bottom of the 9th, and I think we got a base hit with 1 out, and then Zach Cox singled. We had a runner at first and second, and Dar came up, and I was kind of thinking about pinch running for Cox, and I think I had a Sharpie in my hand, and I was going down and looked at my lineup card just to double check, and about that time, Dar hit a hanging curveball off the left center field wall, and I just stood there and watched it with a Sharpie in my hand, and it was over, and it was a great feeling.
Tennessee hasn't given up more than 10 runs at all this year, and you've done it twice. I mean, do you feel like it's just a matter of a good pitching staff running into a hot team?
A little bit of both, Sometimes offensively, obviously, we're hot, but I think on the other side of it, you're bound to have a game or two where things don't go your way, or you run into a hot team. It's just maybe the perfect storm right now. It's like I tell our guys all the time: you can't get too excited about one team or another. You just have to try to play and just win the game you're in. Again, and you hear me say it all the time, they all count the same. And I'm just proud of our team for coming out after the way it went last night, coming out tonight, and really they were just really locked in again at the plate. And I think Wicklander got us up to a good start, and our guys sensed that we had a chance to win this game.
Anybody else? Okay.